WWE Raw was, again, amazing. So, we kicked it off with Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre basically just doing whatever. And Damian Priest challenged him to a future World Heavyweight Championship opportunity because he's like, Drew, you're more obsessed with CM Punk than you are with the championship, with your wife, with everything. You're more obsessed with CM Punk. And Drew, look in the mirror. Blame yourself. Look in the mirror. This is you. Just looks like you wanted to become this way. And Drew McIntyre's like, but Damian, use that briefcase to your advantage at WrestleMania. And Priest is like, he's like, Drew, since you want a title opportunity so bad, you're going to get a future world championship opportunity. See you then. World championship opportunity. And then they have a face-off, and it's the animosity. So my prediction is I think that Drew and Damian Priest are going to fight each other at Clash at the Castle. I mean, that seems exceptional. Fuck! Sorry, guys. Do not channel that. Did you just throw it away?
No, I put it in the bedroom.
Okay. So, yeah, Damian Priest drops the mic and he stares at McIntyre. And just like I said again, I think Drew and Damian are going to fight at Clash for the championship. Because I think Drew is going to beat Damian Priest. Because I don't like Damian Priest as champion. We all don't like Damian Priest as champion. I think we should have stuck with Drew just having the belt and Damian just failing his cash in. But I think it was a one-time, you're respected Damian Priest, You've had it for a month now. It's time to give it up. Or, well, he would have it 2 months by the time, but I think he's going to win, and then he's going to fight Punk for the title at SummerSlam. That's what I think in Cleveland, so yeah. And then we had this confrontation between Carlito, potentially being in the Judgment Day. I don't know why, but he's talking to Finn, Dominic, and Dominic's Carlito's talking about having that family feud, and Dominic's part of his family. And Priest is like, I'm sure they're okay with it, but I'm not okay with it. Carlito's like, well, the minds that always get confused always change their mind. Or something like that. And then they all just leave and stuff. Yeah, it's... Yeah. And then I think we had a future backstage segment between Ivy Nile and Chad Gable. I'm gonna get my prediction here in a second from the future after this. But Gable's like, Otis, do not mess up. Don't dance. Don't do those worm things. Don't do the worm. Don't do anything of that. Don't move those hips. And he's like, Akira, I sort of God if you do that dance. And yeah, and then Ivy Nile comes out to Maxine because, Chad Gable was like, Maxine, you don't do nothing for this. And Maxine meets Ivy Nile, and Ivy Nile's like, well, I'm sorry you lost the Queen of the Ring tournament. And then Gable comes and he's like, don't go to Taylor and not Swifty over there. And I'm like, what's... And then like, I'm sorry for your Queen of the Ring tournament, Ivy Nile. And Maxine's like, yeah, but I have to work with Gable. And Ivy Nile's like, you don't need to work with Gable anymore. Maxine, and then Gable grabs Maxine. He's like, don't talk to Taylor and not Swift over there. No, I was just like, dude, like, why? Why? Which this does lead to a future thing on Raw, which we'll get to here in a second. But then we had our first match for the Queen of the Ring tournament, Io Sky versus Shayna Baszler. And this match was a great match. Shayna Baszler did this, Io did a roll up, and then Shayna did the Karafuda clutch on Io Sky. I thought that was it. Thought she was done, but then she kicks out of it. This is and then she does double knees in the corner, I think, to Shayna, and then does the moonsault to Shayna. Or she just does the moonsault to Shayna. 1, 2, 3. Io Sky is your winner, and she's moving on. Because this is the quarterfinals. She's moving on to the semifinals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. And then we had another backstage segment. There's a lot of backstage segments in here. More than usual. Yeah, we had this, what's her name? What is her name again? Yeah, Lyra Valkyria. And Lyra Valkyria's like, I'll help Becky do the Irish jig. And Becky's like, yeah, do that Irish jig. And then Liv's like, yeah, any itch business going on with Becky? And then Lyra Valkyria's like, turn around and find out. And Becky slaps the heck out of Liv Morgan, slaps the taste out of her mouth, and says, "I think I'm scared to a face-to-face confrontation. No, I am not." And she walks off. And I got shocked at that. But there's way more shocking moments. We had a King of the Ring tournament quarterfinals match between Kofi Kingston, which he just recently beat Rey Mysterio, in a live show. Actually, not a live show, like a audience show, like live. It's like a live show, but it's not on TV. He beat Rey Mysterio, I guess, and he faces Gunther versus Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston did Trouble in Paradise, and they outside of Gunther, knocked the wind out of him, and then put Gunther, and then Gunther, got Gunther back inside the ring, trying to do Trouble in Paradise. He missed, and then Kofi got power bombed by Gunther. And then Gunther turned that into a Boston Crab leg lock. And he did one on the announce desk too, but he did a Boston Crab leg lock in the ring, and Kofi Kingston taps the frick out. Sorry, guys. But yeah, he taps out. He taps out, and it was amazing. As always. And yeah. Gunther wins and is going on the semifinals to face whoever wins the main event. Before we get to the main event, and Jey Uso versus Ilya Dragunov. These are going to be Jey Uso and Ilya Dragunov, who's going to face Gunther in the semifinals. But yeah, Gunther moves forward in the King of the Ring tournament. And then we had Bronson Reed. I mean, he did obliterate. Like, he obliterates Akira Tozawa. Literally the quickest finisher match I've ever seen in my whole life. Akira gets in there slowly as Gable's talking to him. And Gable's like on the outside basically saying, yeah, I taught him that. And I was just like, just wait till he does his dances. And then Akira Tozawa basically got the upper hand. I mean, he did like a Seppuku. He did this like spinning kick. I think he did like, it was a spinning kick. Then he did two spinning kicks. And he's still going to get Bronson Reed down. So then you know what he does? He rips off the shirt because he got him down. I think he got him down. Then Bronson Reed does a Death Valley driver and then does a tsunami splash. And Gable's just pissed at Akira Tozawa. Does a tsunami splash to Akira Tozawa. 1, 2, 3. Bronson Reed wins and then he just leaves. And then Gable's like talking. Like, he's mad, he's talking to Akira Tozawa, all mad. But it gets way worse towards the end of the show. Just I'm warning you that. We had a Queen of the Rings quarterfinals match between Lyra Valkyria and Zoe Stark versus Zoe Stark. This match actually was a pretty quarter-mind match. Like the I can't say it. Multitasking match. You know, very skilled athletes here. You know, the backstory, I think they fought in NXT. I don't know. Zoe does a super kick, and she's telling Lyra, you're not ready yet. And she punches Lyra, and Lyra punches her, and then she does a super kick to Lyra, and then she was going to do the Z360, but then Lyra reversed that into the Nightwing to pick up the victory. 1, 2, 3, and Ivy Nile advances to the semifinals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. Which will happen next week, I don't know. We'll talk about that too also. Not in this video, but in the video next week. Which I don't know what it's going to be like because I haven't watched it yet. And then we had Otis versus Sami Zayn, the Intercontinental Champion. Was not for the Intercontinental Champion, but it was just a match that Sami just had the championship with him because why not? It's a championship. It's the Intercontinental Champion for sakes. Come on. But you know, Otis just basically is playing around, does the worm elbow drop, rips off the shirt. Like, he did it sooner than Akira could ever do it. Like, it's phenomenal. So, he rips off the shirt. Gable's not liking it over back there, I'm telling you that. Because he turned his back and he looked back at Otis to see what he was doing. He had the caterpillar elbow drop to Sami Zayn. Then he was going to do like a splash off the ropes, which then Sami Zayn moved out of the way for him to get haluva kicked by Sami Zayn. 1 for Otis to get haluva kicked by Sami Zayn. 1, 2, 3, Sami Zayn wins. There is a little bit of a rivalry going on with Chad Gable and Sami Zayn that I was like, ooh, I wonder what to do with it this time. Sami was going to attack Chad Gable, but instead, Chad Gable like pushes Otis, but then Sami Zayn attacks Gable, and he does like this tiger suplex or whatever. Oh yeah, by the way, props to started doing the tiger suplex to Lyra Valkyria in the match. That was awesome. But anyways, what I was saying is Sammy does like this tiger suplex, and then he does, I guess he was going to do a hoover kick, and then Gable got out of the ring, and then Otis must have saved him or something. And then Gable literally does the most heartbreaking thing I've ever seen in not like in wrestling, but like one of the most heartbreaking things in wrestling. The Bloodline's more heartbreaking, but this was below that, but still, it almost made me think different after he did this. He basically did what he was gonna do, and he did he slapped Otis across the face, and I was like, dude, and then he just walks off stage like he's some kind of, oh, I didn't do that. Dude, you freaking slapped Otis in the face. Everybody saw that. In the crowd, at home, watching TV, on USA, or just on the Raw clips in general. You're screwed. And Otis does the same thing. Like, I'm like, dude, you're not gonna just... Sami Zayn does the same exact thing as Gable and walks off, and I'm like, dude, why did all three of them just walk off, like, randomly? Like, it's not a theater performance. You can't just walk off whenever you want to. But no, actually, no, Otis was just standing there. But yeah, Zayn and Gable just both walked off. And I'm like, why would you copy him if you had a rivalry with him in the first place to begin with after you got the Intercontinental title? He literally had a rivalry before Sami Zayn. He had a rivalry with Gunther, and he still lost. So, yes. And then we had Lyra Valkyria helping Becky Lynch, but I'm not going to get into that yet. We had Becky Lynch versus Dakota Kai, and, I think it was just a random match for that interference to get dealt with anyways. She's Becky Lynch. She's an amazing performer. Does what she does, she basically let Dakota Kai do a stomp to her on the ropes. And then Becky does a leg drop off the top rope on the second rope to Dakota Kai. And I'm just like, no. No, I'm actually not. And then, and then Becky Lynch did do an armbar, but then they kept rolling each other up. And then Becky did eventually, because Dakota did that one roll up. I think they did like 3 roll-ups a pop or something, and then Dakota rolled her up into a disarmor by Becky Lynch, and then that's when Damage Control got involved, and Kairi Sane and Kairi Sane and Io Sky got involved, and it was stomping the heck out of Becky, and then punched her in the corner till Lyra Valkyria's theme music hits. She comes out of the ring, punches Kairi Sane out, and then she ducks for Io to do the clothesline, but then Becky does a clothesline to Io, and then that's that. Like, oh yeah, she also did punch Dakota before that. But yeah, and then she clotheslined Io Sky, and it was over. like, and then Liv Morgan comes out of nowhere from behind and shoves Becky shoulder first into the post for no reason. And got the rest of that shove in the post by Kofi. But yeah. Sorry, there's background noises over there. There's just stuff going on back in there. So just deal with it. And I mean that. But yeah, and then shoves Becky in the post. And Lyra's checking on Becky Lynch on the outside to see if she's actually okay from that attack from Liv. And I think she got that because Becky slapped her on the outside. That's what I think. But yeah, and then we move on to the Judgment Day, become number one contenders. Wait, no, actually, hold on. For the titles, but here's how they got there. Because they fought 6 or like 4 different teams. They fought AOP and Akam and Razar. They fought New Catch. Sorry, guys. They fought New Catch Republic. And Tyler Bate and Butch. Not Butch, I mean. Pete Dunne. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. And then, it was Finn Balor and JD. And then they had the Creed brothers. And Julius Creed and Brutus Creed. But yeah. And Julius Creed was dominant in this match. He did a double, like, Northern Lights suplex to Finn Balor and JD McDonough. And, dude. And then, you know, the end result of this match will show everything. You know, Finn Balor did a sling blade to Julius Creed and stuff. But it wasn't accountant to the end. So at the end, they put Butch on the announce desk. JD was about to do something. Butch punched him off. Or something. And Carlito comes out. And does a back. He does a punch to the back. To, Pete Dunne. I mean, make sure I say that now. Butch. Pete Dunne. Sorry, guys. Pete Dunne. Punches Pete Dunne in the back. And then does a backstabber on the announce desk. Oh, he punches Pete Dunne in the back on the announce desk. And then does a backstabber on the announce desk to Pete Dunne. Gets them in the ring. Finn and JD does like a wicked headbutt to Pete Dunne. And then JD gets him in the ring. And then Finn does a coup de grace off the top. To, raise that up more. To, Pete Dunne. Oh yeah, and also, Julius Creed did double belly-to-belly suplexes to Finn and JD. But, well, not double, but like once at a time. So, like, yeah. But yeah, and then, yeah, coup de grace to Pete Dunne, 1, 2, 3, and the Judgment Day and Finn Balor and JD are number one contenders for the World Tag Team Championships. And then we had this backstage segment between it was Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler as they respond, and Zoe's like, and Shayna didn't say anything. She's like, well, and she walks off. Zoe Stark is like, we need to go back to our roots, me and Shayna. And I agree. So we're going to start right now. And she rolls us up the tape. She rips the tape apart. I think she's trying to have a struggle ripping the tape off or something like that. But, yeah. And then we had our main events. Wait, hold on. Uso. Jey Uso versus Ilya Dragunov. And a fantastic storytelling was fantastic. This match was fantastic. I mean, overall, this match might be the best, not the best match on the card, but it was great in contention. Ilya tried to do the H-bomb off the barricade to Jey on the announce desk. And Jey moved out of the way, so he H-bombed himself on the announce desk. And basically, I thought it was it from there. And then Jey Uso was phenomenal. Did the yeet, 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 uppercuts, punches. Then he did yeet. 2 yeet super kicks, one on the arm, one on the face. And he pinned Ilya Dragunov, kicked out, and then Ilya Dragunov did an H-bomb in the ring to Jey Uso, and he basically just kicked out, and then that ended off because Ilya was looking for another H-bomb to Jey Uso, which then Jey Uso reverse did that, and he ran at Ilya into a spear, and then a Uso splash to Ilya Dragunov. This is a King of the Ring tournament match, by the way. The quarterfinals, last match of the quarterfinals. Uso splashed Ilya Dragunov 1, 2, 3, and Jey Uso is your winner. I love doing neat stuff. Oh, and Jey also did this. Oh,
Ready? Grab your guitar.
That was my bad. I'm gonna stop doing yeet. But yeah. And then we had a face-off. The face between Gunther and Jey Uso, which is gonna happen at the last match of the semifinals next week on Monday Night Raw. I'm excited for it. Jey Uso versus Gunther is going to be
Remember, I couldn't even find one for Caden last year.
amazing. So, further ado, this was amazing. I give this a 5 stars. Amazing match. And we had, backstage segments. So, hold on, let me watch this other backstage segment, and then we're gonna...
Hey, I just want to come out here and take a second to wish y'all good luck. You got a hell of an opportunity.
Hold on.
Hey, I just want to come out here and take a second to wish y'all good luck. You got a hell of an opportunity out in front of you tonight. It's been fun watching y'all make a name for yourself on Monday Night Raw. You got a heck of a career, Freddie, man. I mean, look at the pipes on this one. I mean, you're giving me a run for my money. You're no slouchy. What do you want?
I'm here on Judgment Day business.
And?
We run Monday Night Raw. And we don't appreciate you sticking your nose in our business.
So what?
So consider yourself warned.
Ooh.
You hear that? I've been warned by the Judgment Day. But anyways, man, I want to say good luck tonight. Go out there.
Yeah. Okay, so I had to watch that too, so we're going to review that also. But, back to what I was doing. Kofi Kingston basically said, Gunther is amazing. And I was just 24 hours ago fighting Rey Mysterio. And, yeah. And then... I think he's was sad because he let Xavier down, but Xavier's like, no, you didn't let me down. I know what it's like to face Gunther. I know what it's like. So, like Xavier said. So, and then we had Dragunov. Basically, said that, you know, I lost, it's fine. Hopefully my future's better on Raw. That's basically it. And I guess the girl said that hopefully you wish your future never is on Raw, and I'll see you. Yeah. And then we had Rey Mysterio basically say, you know, Carlito, be a man. Because he's like I pulled some strings to get Carlito on on Raw, sorry. And then he's like, Carlito, be a man, step up. Because we're gonna go face to face next week, or we're gonna fight next week, or have a match next week, or something like that. And then we had Jey Uso, you know, hey, 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 hey. Yeet. Jey Uso, yeet. It's basically like WWE Universe. It's like, you know, I like that entrance. It felt like the presence of Bray Wyatt. Felt like the Firefly Funhouse. So Bray, I'll be eating with you in heaven. But yeah, honestly, I like Jey Uso now. I didn't used to like Jey Uso, but people change, right? But yeah, and then gets his son. He's like, you know, we gotta go to the Waffle House. Deuces, yeet. And yeah, then we had hold on. We had Braun Strowman and JD have like a confrontation. Basically, Braun's, because he returned. If you haven't seen that Raw review, go check it out. If you don't watch Raw or SmackDown, I review it for you guys. And they basically just stare at each other. Wait, no, actually, no, hold on. He's talking to all these people, and JD's like, get out of the Judgment Day's business, or else you're next. And he's standing in front of Braun Strowman. Okay, his outfit kind of looks like the Wyatt family presence again. Like he's back. Like he's officially gonna build a new Wyatt family up to its presence. But yeah, and then they stare at each other. They stare at each other and they're like, And they walk away, and he's like, "Oh, the Judgment Day, I'm scared. The Judgment Day is gonna get me." He's like, anyways, and he keeps talking to them. But yeah, that was your guys' Monday Night Raw. You know what? That is your guys' Monday Night Raw. Oh, you know what Jay Uso said? I need to capture on. He's like, Jay, Monday Night, Jay Uso, or something like that. But yeah, it's Monday Night Raw. I appreciate some Strowman. They stare at each other. He's like, "Oh, Judgment Day, I'm scared. Oh." And he keeps talking. But yeah, that's your guys' Monday Night Raw. 2 weeks, King and Queen in the ring. Don't miss. May 25th at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. It's also at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. No, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Or part time, sorry. No, it's 8 a.m. Something 10 a.m. or 8 a.m. is going to come out. But yeah, that is your guys' Monday Night Raw. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces. Ooses.